my name is Ana Cantu, and today I will discuss utilitarianism found in chapter 2. Utilitarianism was first articulated in the 18th and 19th century. It was a representation of the radical repudiation against contemporary ethical doctrines that emphasized fidelity to God. So the morality behind this idea was intended to improve the happiness of the men and women living on earth. So what this idea is telling us is that actions are judged based on whether they have the more positive than negative consequences or outcomes for people. So in a small nutshell, what utilitarianism is that we're looking for the greatest good for the greatest amount of people. A small example of that applied into real life, a personal experience, is that recently, since graduation is already coming up, me and some of the girlfriends were trying to plan a girls trip, right, to celebrate graduation. It was a stressful process because we were not only looking at where to go, how many girls would go to the trip, but on top of that, we wanted to choose a date where most of the girls could go, if not all of the girls could go. In the end, the decision was to choose a date where, fortunately, a lot of the girls would go, but unfortunately, some would not be able to go because of other scheduling problems or responsibilities that they had to take. Unluckily, I was one of the ones that will not be able to go to the trip. So on a personal note, I really felt disappointed and sad because, I really wanted to go to the trip. Some of the girls felt angry, so it started a little bit of a discussion between us, because on the other side, the girls that will be able to go felt satisfied with the decision and felt very happy. So in that time, utilitarianism was used because it was the greatest good for the greatest amount of people. But now that I've discussed my experience, I would like to make some inferences. By learning utilitarianism, I learned that most of the time, the decisions that we are making, although we are benefiting much more, a lot of more people, sometimes it may not be the best decision because it is not fair or because it is not ethical. Basing myself from an example from the book where it said that a prison guard was falsely accused of killing a prisoner. So the decision was, by that accusation, a lot of riots starting to arise in the prison. So the decision was if to send the guard, to jail to stop the riots, or leave him free, but continue the riots. So if we send the guard to jail, the riots would stop. So the greatest good for the greatest amount of people. But if not, the riots will continue. So most of the time, we really have to think about the decisions that we're making and how will affect all of the people that we're considering in the decision. So what I'm gaining from learning about utilitarianism is to really take into account the decisions that we're making and take into account every single person that it is involved, because we by the decisions that we make, we really affect others. And we need to really think about how we will affect them, if positively or negatively, and if there is a solution where everybody can win, not only have the greatest good for the greatest amount of people. We have to look for an in-between. I will, based on the learnings and the inferences that I've made, I will act differently in really taking a step back and think twice before making a decisions, because as I've been telling you before, I'm taking into account all the people, and I really want to make the right decision, the one that is fair, the one that is ethical, and the one that not only will not affect all of the people, but everybody will have a decent outcome, whether it's good or bad, but they can find another solution. So to summarize this, utilitarianism is the greatest good for the greatest amount of people. Thank you, everybody, for listening.